bring up VFX right now. There's a lot of strikes going on in Hollywood. You know, writer strike, actor strike, and just recently there was Marvel's the VFX strike that just happened. They want to start a union. Do you have any kind of opinion on that? Do you feel like, I mean, it seems like a lot of reports coming out with not just with Marvel and Disney, but with a lot of VFX people across in Hollywood, that there's a lot of stress and a lot of big demands that are put on VFX artists. Is that what you kind of see in Hollywood, and kind of what's some of your opinion on that?
I think, well, there's so many, right? Like, I mean, the VFX world is exceptionally demanding. You're constrained to making sure something looks really realistic, and you're basing yourself on the actors that are already there, exceptional actors. They're doing great performances, so you have to act and perform at the same level of that, and that demands a lot of back and forth, up and down, like all around. There's an enormous amount of pressure with VFX to make the shot correct. And I think with the strike, that's like actors and writers, like everybody's screwed. Everybody's screwed because without a script, we can't start. Without actors, we can't do dialogue. Without actors and VFX, there's no movie. And so it's just like, you can do the whole movie in VFX, but I mean, why would you want to hire Tom Hanks and just digitize him and then not have Tom Hanks perform? Like, he delivers a feeling and a vibe that people love. And the strike is just being destructive to everybody, I think, right now, especially for anybody creative in filmmaking that relies on the American market. For us, we were like a service studio. So like the service, we need something to service. And if there's nothing there, there's nothing for us to do. And so we're going to suffer for this for a long time, because scripts take forever to write anyway. And then you got to record the audio. I think everybody's going to pay a bit of a price for that strike. And I think they're correct by striking, because financially, someone's taking and getting all of this money. And clearly they're vocal enough to say, hey, man, like, what about me? Like, you know, like, it's just like, okay, I can live with this kind of like being pushed aside for a minute, but then you need to live your life. I don't think everybody wants to walk around with, like, you know, walk out of a small production with $10 million in the bank. But these artists need to be respected. I mean, we're creatives. We're selling something. We're selling emotions. And emotions are hard to come up with and to sell and communicate. And when people take advantage of people like that by saying, you know, limiting their value, I'm not in that world, because I get the job and I get the gig and everything and I get paid, but I don't get like residuals, right? Like those guys do. They have royalty payments. I don't. So it doesn't affect me as much. But if I tasted it, maybe I'd be more like upset. But like for the time being, I'm a happy little guy just on the sidelines doing their work. But I'm hoping that gets resolved for everybody. You know, I don't really care about myself right now. It's just like the whole industry is suffering because of this whole thing, and it is painful, and it's going to be painful for still some time, I think.